I overheard my girlfriend harshly mocking me in front of her best friend, really going all out. My girlfriend's name is Jenna. She's 28, and we've been together for a little over 2 years. I'm 33, a veterinarian, and we met at my workplace. She had just moved to the city and brought her dog in for an ear infection. We started talking, and what was supposed to be a 15-minute appointment turned into an hour-long conversation. I had never been so captivated by a woman before. Yes, I was living the bachelor lifestyle, and I was beginning to think I'd remain single forever. But the fleeting casual relationships I'd been accustomed to were becoming increasingly dull and unfulfilling. Jenna is a charismatic woman with a lot of friends. Her best friend is a guy named Dylan, whom she's known for a long time. I trust Jenna, but I'd be lying if I said their relationship doesn't bother me at all. I don't get angry or argue with her about it. She assured me that they've been friends for life, and there has never been anything sexual between them. I'm confident enough in myself to accept their friendship, and I even tried to befriend Dylan. He's been to our city 3 times. He's a cool guy, but it seems like he doesn't like me very much. Jenna says he's just protective of her, but in my opinion, it feels more like jealousy than protection. Jenna recently finished her postgraduate studies this spring, and had a hard time finding a job. We've been living together for a year now, and I understand that she can't contribute to rent and other expenses at the moment. I'm financially stable, so it's not an issue, but I don't want to become the reason she becomes complacent about job hunting. I made it clear that she should start paying her share of the expenses once she finds a job. On Monday, she texted me that she got the job she really wanted, one that required her to go through a tough interview process. I was so happy and proud of her that I left work early without telling her. I bought her favorite drink, some Chinese food she loves, flowers, and a necklace she'd recently admired in a store. It had a shark design, and she's obsessed with sharks. I'd hidden the necklace in the basement to surprise her later, thinking she'd have forgotten about it by then. When I got home, I entered through the side door into the basement to grab the necklace. As I climbed the stairs from the basement, I heard Jenna on the phone. Normally, I wouldn't eavesdrop, but I heard her laughing hysterically. It was so endearing that I decided to wait until she finished her call before surprising her. She was talking to Dylan, nothing unusual, as they chat at least once a week. Then I overheard what they were laughing about. It took me a moment to process that she was mocking our intimate life. She said something like, "No, he doesn't even come close to my ex. My ex had at least 8 centimeters on him. Every time I eat a baby carrot, I feel bad for him because it must be traumatic watching me bite into something that's his size." It might have been almost funny if it weren't so awful. I don't care what people online think about the size of my anatomy, but I feel it's important to say that what she was laughing about isn't even true, which somehow makes it even more hurtful. I don't know anything about her ex. Maybe he was huge, but I'm average. Just plain old average. Not remarkable, but also not a laughingstock. I've never been insecure about it, but hearing my girlfriend discuss me with a friend I'm already uneasy about was beyond hurtful. She also mocked me for being handsome but not particularly smart. Honestly, I'm well educated, and that part didn't bother me much. I know I'm smart, attractive, and confident, with an average-sized penis. After that, I just left. Did I throw the flowers out the car window? Yes. Did I cry in a parking lot? Also yes. I think she might have heard the basement door close or saw my car leaving because she quickly started texting me, asking when I'd be home. This happened on Monday, and I still haven't brought it up with her. I don't know how to start the conversation. I think I'm still processing everything. It's incredibly awkward and painful, but damn it, I love this woman. I know I need to talk to her about it, but how? Do you have any advice on how to start this conversation? I am deeply hurt and unsure if I can forgive her for this. That said, I've decided I am definitely breaking up with Jenna. Today, I met with 3 friends for a beer and shared what happened. Their opinions matched yours, Break up and do it quickly. I called my mom and told her everything, even though it was embarrassing. We're very close, and I wanted to explain it all. I've never heard her so angry. She already knew I had bought a ring for Jenna. I'll provide an update once it's done, likely tomorrow. Emotionally, I'll be pretty shattered. Update. Well, I held firm and broke up with Jenna on Thursday evening. Honestly, these were some of the most dramatic days of my life, and I'm completely drained. Jenna's behavior turned out to be quite unpleasant. I apologize for the long text, but a lot has happened. On the advice of friends, my mom, my brother, and many of you, I decided to have the conversation in a public place. The logic was that someone capable of such cruelty and deceit might twist the narrative and claim she dumped me because I was abusive or something equally outrageous. I wanted to believe she wouldn't do such a thing, but after everything, better safe than sorry. Initially, I considered just packing her things and ending the relationship without explanation. However, after 2 years together, I felt it was better to talk calmly and listen to her, even if it wouldn't change my decision. I took her to a wine bar downtown and a small private booth with curtains. Since Monday, Jenna had been behaving like an angel, which made me think of 3 possibilities. A. She felt guilty for her cruel behavior. B. She suspected I might have overheard something. C. She simply noticed I was distant and had no idea why. She dressed up beautifully, and despite everything, I have to admit she looked stunning. Jenna was also very affectionate and kept making suggestive comments about what she wanted to do with me later. Normally my precious little baby carrot. Yes, I can still joke about it, would have been thrilled, but under the circumstances, it was difficult to stay calm. I had rehearsed what I wanted to say multiple times, so once we sat down and our wine arrived, I started talking. I don't remember everything word for word, as the adrenaline was overwhelming, but I began by telling her how much I loved her. I said she was the only woman with whom I felt such a deep connection, the only one I trusted completely. I told her she was the only woman I ever considered marrying, and that I had even shopped for a ring. I didn't mention I had already bought it. I shared how I envisioned us having kids in the next few years. She kept interrupting with comments like, "Oh, that's so sweet," or telling me how much she loved me. Then I looked her straight in the eye and asked her directly, if she loved me so much, why did she mock me so terribly to Dylan? The look on her face gave me a small sense of satisfaction. As expected, Jenna initially denied everything, claiming she had no idea what I was talking about. She said Dylan knew how much she loved me, and that she would never make fun of me in a conversation with him. I simply looked at her and said something like, "Come on, Jenna." Even after I told her I came home early on Monday and heard everything, she kept denying it. It was infuriatingly calm. I told her we both knew she was lying, and that what she said was unforgivable. I couldn't understand why she would say such things, especially since they weren't even true, but mostly because she lied just to laugh at me. Jenna continued to deny it, and acted like I was crazy. She said she loved me so much, was never unhappy with our intimate life, and would never complain about my size. She insisted she adored how smart and caring I was, and that's why she loved me. If I hadn't heard with my own ears what she said to Dylan, I might have believed her. Give her an Oscar for that performance. Some commenters asked if I was sure she was talking about me when I overheard her. Yes, I'm absolutely certain. She mentioned my name when comparing me to her ex and his. Kraken. I told her I'd drive us home, so she could grab her essentials and her dog. My brother and his wife would be home too. I wanted witnesses to confirm I let her take her things, and that I didn't do anything aggressive. I said I'd pack the rest of her belongings and leave them outside for her to collect at her convenience. Jenna was completely shocked that I was really breaking up with her. She begged me to reconsider, but the decision was made, and I wasn't going to change it. It was hard to hold back tears when she talked about wanting to spend her life with me and how she planned to be the mother of my children. She kept asking what she was supposed to do now, and where she would sleep. I told her that was no longer my problem and reminded her she had plenty of friends she could stay with until she found a place. Almost all the furniture and decor in the house was mine. She only needed to take her clothes, toiletries, and small personal items. Any home improvements she'd made were funded by me. And that's when the tears began. Jenna started crying, saying she didn't understand how I could do this to her. She repeated 1,000,000 times that she thought I was a good guy. I told her I am a good guy, which is why I didn't throw her things out on the lawn, change the locks, and give no explanation. I swear, this woman managed to twist the knife even deeper. She admitted, finally, that she didn't know why she had said those things to Dylan. She speculated it might be because she feels like she can laugh with him about things that would otherwise make her cry, apparently referring to my anatomy. That was a low blow. Usually, I don't resort to snide remarks, but I told her she could go back to her hometown and live with Dylan or her ex with his 23-centimeter assets. It was astonishing how quickly her tears dried up. Suddenly, I was the jerk, the one who doesn't know how to treat women, a loser with a small penis who's going to die alone. She claimed she never loved me and only stayed with me because she didn't want to hurt my feelings. Logical, right? She said if I had proposed, she would have said no. She reiterated the baby carrot comment just in case I hadn't understood it the first time. Oh, and she also assured me I'd die alone. I told her dying alone would be better than dying married to a woman who doesn't love or respect me. No joke. She started screaming, not saying anything, just emitting a loud, almost animalistic cry. It was disturbing. Then she stormed out, calling me a disgusting pig. After I paid the bill and apologized to the server for the drama, I stepped outside and saw Jenna standing there crying. Despite everything she'd done and said, it still felt unpleasant to see her like that. I didn't want to leave her standing out in the cold, so I offered to drive her home so she could pack her things. She agreed, and the car ride was painfully silent. When we arrived, my brother and his wife were there. His wife stayed inside while Jenna packed her belongings, and my brother waited with me outside. The process was relatively calm. Once Jenna left, I made arrangements for her to pick up the rest of her things from the porch while I was at work. That evening, Jenna sent me a spiteful message wishing me all the worst things imaginable. I didn't respond. When I got home, I discovered absolute chaos. The house was wrecked. Somehow, she had managed to get in, either by using a spare key I didn't know she had or by breaking in. She smashed irreplaceable items, destroyed furniture, and clogged the kitchen sink. The only good thing she did was lock my 2 dogs in a room to keep them safe from the shattered glass and mess. I also discovered my work SUV, which I use for transporting large or exotic animals, had been vandalized. Inside, she had dumped flour and spilled tomato sauce everywhere. Things are just things, but her childish and malicious behavior shocked me. Last weekend, we were watching Netflix, playing games, and planning a life together. Now, my home and vehicle are ruined, and I feel utterly drained. It's incredible how much can change in such a short time. Admittedly, I wasn't above a petty response. I went online and ordered 20 bags of baby carrots, each 2 kilograms, delivered to her friend's address. That's 40 kilograms of mini carrots. She sent me a flurry of angry, offensive messages that evening. It was childish, yes, but I don't regret it. I only wish the carrots won't go to waste. Hopefully, she donates them or cooks something with them. I've blocked Jenna everywhere. She's cruel, and I know I deserve better. Since Monday, I've been reflecting on myself as a partner, trying to understand what might have led to Jenna's apparent resentment. I work hard, and I try to make time for the people I love. I avoid bringing work stress home, but it happens occasionally. We've argued about this before, and I genuinely tried to create boundaries between work and home life. But being a veterinarian comes with emergencies and responsibilities that can't always wait. Still, I thought we had a strong relationship. I was happy, and I thought she was too. Now, I wonder if I neglected her or disappointed her so deeply that she felt unloved enough to act this way. Whatever the reason, her actions and words were unacceptable. I didn't deserve this, and that's on her. Short update. I filed a police report and took photos of the damage to my home. Hopefully, this will help with the insurance claim. As for the police, I doubt much will come of it since I can't prove Jenna did it. Honestly, I don't want to see her again. I just hope the insurance covers the damages, so I can move forward. Let me know what you think of this whole story. It's sobering to think about whether your partner is truly good, or if they might act like Jenna in the event of a breakup. It's a sad realization. Watch our other videos too. See you soon.